Python data types. As in Python, we don't need to explicitly declare the variables in any particular program. Look at the example here. A is equal to 10, B is equal to string, and C is equal to 10.5. We have three variables assigned with three different values. As we discussed earlier, we have a function, inbuilt function type type, type which is used to find out the type of the data what we used in things. And here look at the output. So type int, type string, and type float. So we have some standard types here. Based on our requirement, we need to decide which data type to be used. A person's name must be stored as a string only, whereas an ID must be stored as an integer. So we have numbers, sequence type, boolean, and set, dictionary, and etc. in Python. So numbers store numeric values. We have integer, float, and complex values. We'll see a few simple examples. A is equal to 5, and type of A is integer. B is equal to 40.5, and type of B is float, and C is equal to 1 plus 3J, and the type is complex. Look at the last printf. We used is instance 1 plus 3J comma complex. For the first time we are using something like is instance. Here it verifies whether the given number is complex number or not. Look at the output. C is a complex number, true. We have many inbuilt functions in Python, just like other programming environments. So far we used type, and we used ID and is instance. sequence type, the string can be defined as a sequence of characters, what we put it within double quotation marks. In Python we can use single, double or triple quotations to define a string. So in case of string handling, we use plus operator to concatenate two strings, just like in Java. In Java also we use plus operator to concatenate any two strings. Look at the operator asterisk, that is your star, is a repetition operator, and look at the example Python star2 returns Python. Let's see a few simple examples here. Look at example 1. Str is equal to string within double quotations. And look at another example, a multi-line string. Look at example 2, str1 and str2. Look at the comments there. Look at all the print statements clearly. So look at the first print, str1 within brackets 0:2. It prints the first two characters using slicing. We'll be discussing in slicing in detail later. And second print, str1 within brackets 4. You will get the fourth character of the string. And print str1 multiplied by 2, as we discussed earlier. You get the string twice. And look at the last print, str1 plus str2. The str1 and str2 are added, means concatenation. So we have a list, dictionary, set, many things in Python. We will be discussing in detail in the coming chapters. Here we are just discussing the basic derives in Python, so we will discuss list in brief here. So lists are similar to arrays in C language, whereas a list can contain data of different types, and the items stored in the list are separated with a comma, and you need to put it within square brackets. We can use slice operator to access the data of the list, which we just used in example 2 now. Look at the list clearly. List 1 with 4 items, and look at all the prints. First print type, second print you are printing the list, and third print is slicing. Look at slicing clearly. List 1 within square brackets 3:. Look at another slicing which we already discussed earlier. Print list 1 within square bracket 0:2. And as we know, concatenation and a multiplication operator. So tuple is similar to the list. And all the items of the tuple are separated by comma. You need to put it within parentheses, not square brackets. A tuple is read-only data structure, and we cannot modify the size and the value of the items of the tuple. So look at the example. TUP is a variable with 3 items. Look at the first print, as usual, type, and second print to tuple, and third and fourth are slicing. As usual, next one is your concatenation and repetition. Look at the last statement, adding values to the tuple. If t is your variable, t of 2 is equal to hi will get you an error. Now basically we used tup here, there, but in this example we used only t within brackets 2. It must be tup within brackets 2 actually, but don't worry about the variable. What you are doing is you are trying to modify it, but it will get you an error. So dictionary is having a set of key value pair items, just like your hash table, where each key stores a specific value. The key can hold any primitive data type, whereas the value is an arbitrary Python object. And all the items in dictionary are separated by comma, and they are enclosed in curly braces. Tuples, dictionary, we'll be discussing in detail in the coming chapters. This is a simple example here. D is equal to 1 Jimmy, 2 Alex, 3 John, and 4 Mike. The way how the data is arranged in the base of pairs separated by commas, enclosed within braces. So look at the prints clearly. Print D, it prints the entire dictionary, and print D1, you get first name, and D of 4. Look at the key pair values, that is important here. So don't bother about the first name or second name. D of 1 is you get Jimmy, as 1 is associated with Jimmy, and 4 you get Mike. And D dot keys, look at the method, look at the inbuilt function keys, D dot keys and D dot values. The keys are separated and the values are separated. You just try to observe the inbuilt functions one by one in the sessions. So far we just practiced type, ID, and keys, values. These keys and values are only for dictionaries. So Boolean with 2 built-in values, true and false. So look at the simple example here. So we have another one, Python set. It is mutable. We can modify even after creation. So all the order of elements is identified, and we have built-in function set, or you can put all the sequence of element within braces separated by comma. Look at the first one, set1 is equal to set. It's an empty set created using the inbuilt function set, and set2 is equal to with some 4 values. Look at the first print. We are printing all the set values. You look at add. The inbuilt function add is used to add an element, and similarly we have remove.